The Mazda 3 has always been a perennial favorite among enthusiast outlets. But let's say sporting potential is not your top priority. Is the Mazda 3 still appealing? Well, do you value a refined interior, laudable fuel economy, good looks inside and out? If you answered yes to any of these, then the answer to the original question is also a yes. Taking a deeper dive inside reveals a cabin that might not be the roomiest in class, but among the best in layout. Case in point, the standard Mazda Connect infotainment system earns its keep as the undisputed champion of relieving multimedia-related driver distraction, assuming you interact with the remote instead of the touchscreen. Surrounding the almighty knob is a clean, upscale cockpit design and quality materials where it matters most, except the knee rest. But there's an easy fix for that, as detailed in the most recent edition of My Museo Living. Resting atop that classy dash is a retractable head-up display that projects information onto this tinted plastic panel instead of the windshield, which means you can see it through polarized glasses. On a more practical note, the front seats provide a comparatively high degree of comfort and support for a range of body types, except one, due to their aggressive side bolsters. Out back, the outboard rear seats squeak by with just enough room to earn our seal of approval, while even further back, the trunk offers a suitable amount of space despite trailing dimensionally larger competitors like the Honda Civic and Chevy Cruze by nearly 20%. On the other hand, with 47 cubic feet of total cargo space, the 5-door hatchback is clearly the preferred body style for cargo kings and queens. In fact, it's just a few cubes shy of small crossovers like the Jeep Renegade and Chevy Trax. All this talk about the Mazda 3, and yet we still haven't touched on how it drives. In the areas that matter most to drivers who actually care about driving, the Mazda 3 is just plain great. The steering is more precisely calibrated than some sports cars. In fact, most cars in this class, apart from the Honda Civic, tend to require a fair amount of steering correction on the highway. But the Mazda 3 cruises at speed with the stability of a midsizer. Pitch it hard into a corner, and the tires screech in horror, but the chassis remains remarkably flat. To put it another way, the chassis and suspension far exceed the capabilities of these tires. Beyond the major dynamic contributors are some less obvious elements like a floor-mounted gas pedal, which more accurately follows the arc of your foot, perfectly centered driving position, and the linear type of brake feel that makes braking weirdly enjoyable. Equally enjoyable is the standard 2-liter 4-cylinder engine and optional 2.5-liter mill. For those enticed by the 2.5's greater output numbers, just know that they don't exactly translate into greater thrills, as some clever tuning of the base engine makes it feel nearly as spunky as the larger one. Each can be paired with either a 6-speed manual, which might just be the smoothest such gearbox we've ever tested, or a well-sorted 6-speed automatic. Fuel economy is largely a wash between powertrains, with real-world combined fuel economy checking in right around 31 mpg. You might think that with all this sporty talk that the Mazda 3 lacks on-road refinement, but it doesn't. The ride is a bit firm compared to some of its more pedestrian rivals, but so long as the roads you drive aren't littered with man-eating potholes, ride quality is plenty comfortable. Add to that a cabin that's decently well isolated from the rap concert happening in the car next to you, and the Mazda 3 makes for a fine commuting companion. And considering the sedan and hatchback begin just shy of $19,000 and $21,000 respectively, the Mazda 3 also makes for a good buy. Ignore the options sheet completely, and you'll drive away with all the basics, plus 6 airbags, 2 USB ports, Bluetooth connectivity, the sloppy combination of remote keyless entry and push-button start, and the aforementioned 7-inch touch and remote operated infotainment system linked to a backup camera. In our opinion, the best value of the group is an optionless Grand Touring model, which adds automatic headlight control, passive entry, hooray, rain-sensing wipers, heated front seats, a Bose premium audio system, and a power driver's seat that we wish had more than 6 adjustment points. Though, to be fair, at least it features adjustable lumbar support, unlike these two. Dropping $28,000 on a loaded Mazda 3 lands you LED headlights, a heated steering wheel, navigation by TomTom, Mazda's stupidly named IE Loop regenerative braking system, whose $800 price tag will take eons to recoup, as well as active safety technologies like adaptive cruise control, automatic high beams, lane departure assist, and automatic collision braking. So, seeing as the Mazda 3 shares a similar pricing structure with most of the segment, what else should you look at? Aside from the well-rounded Honda Civic and Hyundai Elantra, there's the perennially popular Toyota Corolla and all its black plastic glory, the handsome Ford Focus, just stay away from the dual-clutch transmission, and the only compact car with all-wheel drive, the Subaru Impreza. Then again, forget about all-wheel drive, and the Mazda 3 essentially takes all the best qualities from these cars and combines them into a single package. And that's all the more reason why the average car buyer shouldn't view the Mazda 3 as this obscure outlier designed only for driving enthusiasts, when in actuality, it's just a well-rounded, affordable compact car that just so happens to be fun to drive.